Hello, fifth graders. We're continuing our read of Falcon Wild, which is just a great book. I'm learning so much about falconry and survival and about our main character, who is very brave, loving this book. So here we are. I think I'm going to just kind of go back up to the top of page 119, where Cooper's asking about falcons. Falcons have teeth? I laugh. No, I'm talking about the pointy part of their beak. It's also called the notch. Anyway, an imprint bird like Stark misses all those lessons from its parents. I never guessed there was so much to know about birds, Cooper says. Once we're above the tree line, I glance behind me, anxious to discover how far I can see. The forest stretches out below us, a blanket of autumn reds and yellows. There's only forest and the river. We have to get higher to see past the mountain and out to the other side. But I look back over my shoulder again when I notice the sky. The cloud cover is closed in and dropped lower since we were at the river. An ominous black band stretches across the distant horizon. That's when I notice just how warm the wind feels now as it blows my hair across my face. Such a drastic change in temperature is never a good thing. I glance at the storm clouds. The wind feels dangerous. Maybe we should find some shelter, I say. You can't trust the weather around here, and I don't like the look of those clouds. Come on, not until we crest this ridge. Cooper knows we need to be able to see past the mountain. We pick up the pace, scrambling up the rock. I brace my good hand against the side of the steep sections. The rock is cold and sharp. So how do people get to hunt with a raptor? Well, first you have to apprentice with a falconer. I guess I'm lucky. I happen to have a falconer aunt who lives across the road. I chuckle. Getting to hunt with a raptor is part of why I want to be an apprentice. But being an apprentice is more than just hunting. It's a huge deal to keep a raptor. They need a lot of things, and you really have to love it. It's kind of like an obsession. Cooper glances back at me, and I sense he knows what I mean. He felt it when we brought down the grouse. It's not hard to love it when you see how good they are, I continue, and they get so jazzed. Aunt Amy and I get as pumped as Tank when he lets out this excited scream. It feels like it reaches right into your heart and makes it speed up. Cooper grabs my hand and helps me up a steep section. He peers at the sky. Does it feel warmer out to you? I stop climbing and nod. The black band of darkening clouds has now moved across the sky as if reaching out toward us. The air feels changed. It has that hushed, expectant feel, that usually comes from before a storm. A faint rumble of thunder rolls on behind us. It goes on, grumbling and echoing before it subsides. Cooper stops and we look at each other. Maybe we should find some shelter, he says. But where? We're now in the middle of the mountain slope and completely exposed. As we stand still, thinking, a gust of wind slaps us in the face. We turn back to the rock in unison and start to clamber up the slope again. My nerves are frayed already with all we've been through. This heavy feeling of urgency hanging in the air screams through my frazzled head. Don't acknowledge the fear. Focus. Just keep moving. I wonder what Stark is thinking above us. She'll sense the storm is coming. Is she worried about me out here? I thought I loved her before the accident, but now I have a whole new appreciation for her. I just wish she could take me with her to shelter. I wish I could fly off this cliff right now and find somewhere warm and safe and out of this constant danger. All at once, I'm sick to death of the worry and fear. I would give anything to be home on the couch with Gavin, listening to Mom read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, even though I'm way too old for it. And Gavin has made her read it 1,000,000 times. I wouldn't even complain when Mom sings the Oompa Loompa songs in that embarrassing way. The wailing wind bills and pounds against me. The loose parts of my hoodie flap against my hand. My hair lashes the side of my neck. The feeling of a speeding train behind me makes my blood rush. Climb faster, I say. Another louder rumble shakes the sky. The wind gusts harder, and I notice then that the temperature has dropped. Neither of us speaks as we concentrate on reaching the summit. I don't want to say out loud what we're both thinking. The storm is gaining speed and strength. Too fast. By the time Cooper and I climb another 80 yards, the cold wind is howling past my ears. I claw at the rock, trying not to get blown back off balance. We inch farther up. All I see is more rock above us. We've gone too far to go back down. The sky is an alarming color now. A sickly green swirls in the dark clouds. The shade reminds me of a fading bruise. The clouds build and move closer. A gust of wind grabs Cooper and shakes his jacket. I slit my eyes in the battering wind and bend forward against the force of it. Cooper! I scream. Do you see anything up there? Just as I ask, a thick bolt of lightning rips the sky in half. Do you see any shelter up there? I repeat, but my words are drowned out by deafening thunder. I can feel the power of it rumbling through my toes. My insides are jumpy with the need to get to a safe place. We cannot stay in the open with weather like this. I bite my cheek to stop from screaming. I shriek at the sky. After all we've been through, the storm has to change course. It has to. Then I see the rain. A solid dark sheet of it moves across the river. It reaches the forest. The treetops whip around like a field of red and yellow flowers. Stark is probably down there somewhere. I turn back and practically sprint up the slope in front of me. The rock will be slippery if it's wet. A few drops splat thick and cold on my head. Wind drives the rain like needles into my skin. Winds like these can rip us right off the sledge, hurl us down the mountain. Our bodies will be broken by the fall into the scree below. I cling to the rock. Come on, Cooper screams above me. I look up, squinting my eyes against the rain. Water washes down the slope, dripping off the rock and onto my head. My hair is plastered to my skull in moments. Water runs down my face as I try to see above me. There is nothing but rock and more rock, and it has grown darker. We need to find somewhere to go right now. Now. More lightning from somewhere above illuminates the outline of Cooper. Seconds later, thunder rocks the earth. I can almost taste the current. We're in the middle of it. The storm is not going around us. With my left arm burning, I only have use of my right to climb. My clothes stick to me. Water squishes between my toes with every step. My fingers are turning stiff again from the cold rain. It cannot get any worse. And then the rain turns to hail. I'm going to stop right there, boys and girls. And tomorrow we'll begin on page 124, chapter 21. We're closing in on the end of this book. Fascinating read. Take care of yourselves and see you tomorrow. Bye.